Hey guys, welcome back to the Shame Show. I'm Sam Jones.
I'm Carson Vox, and we'll be having Ripley Zanotti here with us to talk about Buckeye Valley Wrestling.
And stay tuned when Nora Rhodes and Alexa Hennep join us to talk about Visions, and we'll be watching a performance with them.
Welcome back to the Shame Show. We have the wrestling team here, and they're going to introduce themselves. Ripley, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm Ripley Zanotti. I'm a junior, 144-pound weight class. I'm a 2-time district qualifier and 3-time MSL champ.
Hi, I'm Sam Jones. I'm a captain, 190-pound weight class, 1-time district qualifier, and 2-time MSL champ.
Alrighty. So, first question we have here is, how would you look at the season in review?
I mean, it was a good season for sure. We won the MSL again.
Yeah. Seems to be you guys are back-to-back MSL champs. Does this seems to be like a dynasty almost?
Yeah, it's a dynasty for sure. We're really building something.
We got some pretty great coaches,
Yeah.
so makes it easy.
And it seems like you guys have a lot of first teamers and some second teamers too.
Yeah, we had a good amount of first teamers. We had freshmen and sophomores to some younger guys. And
It's awesome. All right. Any other high points in the season?
We placed pretty well at some tournaments, didn't we?
yeah.
We had quite a few tournament winners throughout the season. Not many people finished with a losing record either.
Nice. The Highland in-school duel was canceled this year. Any news on that?
I mean, it kind of sucked that it was canceled, especially because it was at home. But next year, when we're seniors, we get to have it at home at least. So,
That would be good.
yeah.
Ripley, you were a district qualifier for the second year in a row. How does that make you feel?
Pretty good, but I'm just a little upset I couldn't get to the next tournament, which is this weekend. But hopefully next year. So.
What are the team's aspirations for next year?
Well, we got to win the MSL again. We're returning 7 seniors. We didn't lose anyone this past year. So I think we can do it again this year.
Ripley, anything?
Just getting more people to advance on in the postseason and winning that championship again.
Nice. Any funny stories?
Ian Poff, that's all you need to know. It's a pretty funny story.
All right. Well, anyone you'd like to thank?
Coaches and parents and family. My girlfriend supported me.
I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank Coach Pete Wright, Coach DiGianni, my family for supporting me, my teammates for sticking with me.
All right. And we'll return in a second. Here we have Ripley Zanotti at his third place match at sectionals.
Yeah, I couldn't get turned the whole time pretty much. On top.
Just a fish.
Yeah.
What's Coach saying to you right now?
I have no idea. Probably. I don't even know what he was saying. He's probably getting mad that I couldn't get there. But I don't know how I couldn't get there. I had that bar in the whole second period.
Did you write him out this one period?
I think so. I think I did get some back points at the end of the period.
We have some technical difficulties. Oh, here we go.
Expect to start. Is that the start?
Once you get like 4 minutes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think they get a nasty takedown on themselves
Was it at the start?
in the third period. I think
Yeah,
so.
go back a little bit.
We'll go by here.
Yeah, because I wasn't near Joe then. Is that it?
Go that. You want me to go back to one?
Go forward.
I'll let it go for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what time it would be. It was 1 minute, then 2. So
thank you for tuning in to the Shame Shame Show. We'd like to thank our wrestlers for coming out and talking with us. Until next time with Shame Shame Athletics. Welcome back to the Shame Shame Show. We're here with Buckeye Valley Visions. If you guys could please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Nora Rhodes.
I'm Alexa.
We're both seniors. I'm a 3-year member of Vision Show Choir.
I'm 4-year member.
I sing alto, which is the lowest section for girls.
I also do alto and soprano too.
I have won Best Performer Award. That's probably the only cool thing.
I've been dance captain since freshman year, so
Okay, and so for our viewers that don't know, could you guys please explain what is show choir?
Okay, show choir, it's kind of cool. So basically it's a whole bunch of people who come together and we sing while we dance, and we basically tell a story or create a show around a certain theme or idea.
yep. So that typically is like 5 songs. It's usually a 15-minute show, start to finish. Usually the first 2, you have like the ballad in the middle. You have 2 songs. You have the ballad, and then you have the transition and the closer. So it's about 15 minutes. And at competitions, you go up against groups that are usually within your own size. Like, we're 21. That's how many people are in our group this year. So usually we go against people who have like 20 to 30. Except our last few comps, we've gone up against like 45, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Or even like,
Depends on the competition.
yeah, because we've gone up against groups that are the size of 60 kids before, so.
Yeah.
Alright, how many titles or events have you guys won this year or in past years?
So my freshman year was our first grand champion, so that means we won the entire competition. We had 2 grand champions that year. Usually we only have about 4 or 5 competitions per year. We also got we've gotten best costumes, best vocals, best choreography, people's choice, stuff like that. But this year we won 1 grand champion at our last competition, which was really cool. We got best vocals and best choreography, and then we've also gotten second, but we got best vocals. So that was basically a win.
And so far this year, we've won first in our division every time, which is really awesome. We also have a really awesome crew combo. Our crew got best crew at the last competition, and then our combo also won best combo. So we have a really awesome group.
Okay. How long has Buckeye Valley Visions been around?
I don't know.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I know a couple years before us, but there might have been some sort of glee club kind of thing, but nothing that compares to what this is until like a few years before us, so maybe 8. I don't know.
Our group didn't really become known to the Midwest show choir competition area until a couple years ago. Like your freshman year is when things really started to pick
Yeah,
up.
freshman year we were actually #1 small group in the state, or no, in the country for a while.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Alright, how many people are in the show? Well, you guys already answered that. You have roughly like
21, yeah.
21 singer dancers.
Members.
We have like 7 or 8 crew, and then we have a combo that consists of a bunch of students and a couple adults as well that play with us. So that's like 2 keyboards, saxophone, baritone, trombone, trumpets,
Lots of trumpets.
drums. Yeah.
Alright, so what's a typical season look like? Like how often you guys practice and how often you guys compete?
So it starts out with a week-long, we call it show choir camp, and basically it's like 9-4 for a whole week. And most of that we learn 2 to 3 songs choreographically within that week. And then after that we have practices on, like 4-hour practices on Thursdays, and then once it gets into like October, I think we have Tuesdays and Thursday practices. Basically we work in our vocals slowly and we start to combine them throughout the season, and then once we get to January, that's when comp season starts. January to like end of March is usually competition season. And we have this weekend in January, we call it Come to Jesus. And that's where we pull everything together, we get all of our crap together. And then usually within a couple weeks is our first competition after that, so.
pretty much goes from like the tail end of summer all the way through April, and then we have tryouts again like at the end of April, and then it starts all over again.
One question is like, how long does it usually take to learn like a song, or like to like get down memorizing the lyrics and then all the dances?
Dance wise, I'd say it depends on the choreographer. Like if they come in and they teach it, they usually teach it in like 1 or 2 practices.
Yeah.
But it takes us like at least 2 months to perfect it choreographically. Vocally, I'd say we catch vocals pretty fast. We're known like in the show choir community to be really strong vocally, and we like top groups that are twice our size vocally, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's all because of Mrs. Lyons. She's
Yeah.
literally like a
She
puppet
is
master.
a goddess when it comes to teaching vocals. Like, yeah. We definitely tend to start working in vocals over time. Typically, like, we'll learn the dance, and then we'll start incorporating vocals over time. Typically, Tuesdays are dedicated more towards the vocal aspect of it all, mainly because we can't get a choreographer there all the time. So we'll start to integrate those, and then we'll start putting the two together, like dancing while singing, and that takes a hot second because you have to figure out where does this happen, on what move, that type of thing, but eventually it does come together. And a lot of times though, we keep changing stuff as the season goes on. So like, the show at the beginning of the first comp is completely different from what it is now. And so like, even though we learn these songs and dances like back in like, over the summer
Yeah,
even, they're completely different now, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite part about Visions?
Competitions.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun because everybody is so supportive of every group most of the time. But it's just like really fun getting to watch other show choirs and getting to watch what other people do. And then I really like talking about, you know, like what we think the outcomes are going to be throughout the day, because usually a show choir competition lasts from like, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I don't
Yeah.
get home till 3 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
That's usually how long it lasts, because you have prelims, and then if you make it to finals, you're performing, you know, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. So,
Yeah,
That's
and
what
it's kind of hard too, because like, you never know if you're gonna make finals, because you're going up against all these different groups, and like, people like us are always changing the show, trying to make it better based off what judges say. And so like, one group that didn't do really well at the previous competition that you saw, at the next competition could be like on top of it, like having a really good day. So you never really know what's gonna happen, and so they can be a lot of like stuff to keep in mind, like while you're doing, especially when we go into finals too. Like, the judges have notes for us from the daytime competitions. We have to go through those notes. Then we have to make all the changes they suggested. So like, at our first competition, our show originally, our final song, we had 2 songs at the very, very end, and the judges wanted us to switch them for finals.
which is crazy. Nobody ever does that. Like, we've been practicing the same show for like months, and they want us to switch our 2 songs, which changes transitioning to the next song. It changes what our bows are and all of that. And
Changes choreo.
we pulled it off. We pulled it off.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Wow. You guys have any like funny stories about Visions?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
There's a lot.
I'll have to think.
Well, you have the
Oh,
cafeteria's out of.
Oh,
Buckeye.
yeah. Okay. So, there's a couple. This wasn't when I was in it, though. It was a year before me, and they were in the middle of singing their ballad, which is supposed to be like a very sentimental moment that makes the judges cry, right? And so, all of a sudden, over the announcements, they go, there are no longer chicken nuggets in the cafeteria. In the middle of this sentimental ballad, and they just kept going, but our assistant director, Mrs. Lyons' daughter, she's real sassy. She got so mad.
yeah.
She took it up with them.
Yeah.
That was
something.
Losing no more chicken nuggets, that can make a grown man cry. That can make a grown man cry.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I mean, I think a lot of it's just more situational stuff. Like, we do stuff, and some of the funniest moments I think come from practices. We'll just be doing random stuff, and then somebody will say or do something I adore Caitlin. It cracks me up every time. I don't know if it's appropriate to say, but she always yells at us to eat our crack before we go through a run through. And it is just the best part of it. And it always makes me laugh.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Alright, was there anyone that you'd like to thank?
Mrs. Lyons.
The whole Lions clan.
The whole Lyons clan. Mr. Lyons is the combo director.
/ crew director.
Yes.
Caitlin's the assistant director.
She's like costumes, all of that stuff. Mrs. Lyons is just all of it. Makes us literally the best thing ever.
Yeah, she is why we are known as one of the best small mixed groups in the state of Ohio and in the U.S.
And also our choreographers, JJ, Zach, and then Peyton, who will not be with us next year. Well, the group next year, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he just got a job in LA for a dance company. So.
Oh, cool, that's nice.
So I guess to finish off of that, where do you see Visions going like after you guys leave?
Only up.
Okay.
They can only go up from there.
Like over the past few years that I've been a part of it, like knowing like what you guys did freshman year, like the group has grown so much, and like even though like it'll be sad to like leave them, like
Right.
they're gonna do so good. They have so much potential.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for them.
I think our only bad year was last year because it was COVID and it sucked to sing with masks on.
Yeah.
So
That doesn't
It was not.
exactly.
That seems like a struggle.
Okay, well, now we're gonna show a video of their performance.
It's crazy just to think how much this has already changed. It's like that's changed. That's changed. This is just like the same. No.
Even times in a rush, but it's going nowhere. Everyone's
This
connecting,
is
but no one is
live.
connecting. The human
This is the
element
competition
has
where
long
I
been
got this
missing.
before.
Tell me, have you seen it?
Yeah, this is
Have you seen it? Or are we alone?
Yep.
'Cause I need something
That changed.
to believe in. Tell me, are we alone?
Story they make my
Where is the love? Where is the feeling? Is anybody out there? Is
This year though
anyone
is a lot better than it's been in
listening? Is
past years.
anyone
It's not the
left in
bluegrass.
this whole world? Are we alone?
Yeah, so it's really hard to pull off a dance like this, especially these girls in the front, like Alexa is. It's a really hard type of dance to do, and it's especially hard to do while you're singing too. So like to receive a compliment like that we have great technique is huge. Because a lot of groups they don't do choreo like as complicated as ours. There's not as yeah. They don't really move their foot as much, so to be noticed. Yeah, I cannot dance before I generation at all. And like there's still times that honestly though, it becomes second nature too. Like after a couple of years, you really get used to it. You pick up on things a lot faster too, especially comparing dances. Especially like over the course of the year, like, a lot of especially the days before, like the first song was so difficult, like you could learn the whole time. That picture I know that picture. It's such a good photo.
My biggest enemy is me. Call 911.
Oh, me too. The mics were so close on that stage. I felt like I was staying right into it. It's psyched me out so much. It's like, song that really helped when you're doing this is about balancing
I have heard enough of these voices, almost like I have no choice. This is biological stasis. I'm shifting too many things. Wish I laughed, kept the good friendships. Watch I hear I go again. I can see me cry.
thinking
Can
out
see me cry
at this point.
again.
Yeah.
I can see me cry. Can see me cry. This is the
only thing on.
Nothing called was fun.
Yes, queen.
Wants to save until I know the stuff this front I built around me. Oasis paradise is in my head. It's not real, but I'll shoot you grab and keep myself in beautiful places. Paradise is in my
You have to have complete trust that everyone else is committing 100% to it. Because like if you don't commit 100%, like
Especially in a group of 21, nobody can. Oh, so we actually have these really cool glasses on that light up in the dark.
Oh, wow. That.
You can't see your choreography unless they work
yeah, we worked. So I'm one of the people who's in the drum club a lot, and so she had me work with one of our like people to figure out how far we. And it's supposed to be 20%, but this is like.
Joining us on another segment of the Shame Show. Thank you folks for coming in.
That's all from us.
That's all until next time.